Hello friends, today I am going to introduce you to solid principles, which are 5 fundamental guidelines for writing clean, maintainable, scalable, object-oriented code. This principle helps developer to design software that is easy to understand, extend and test. What are solid principles? Solid is acronym for 5 principles. S stands for single responsibility principle, O stands for open close principle, L stands for Lisco substitution principle, I stand for interface segregation principle, and D stand for dependency inversion principle. These principles are introduced by Robert C. Martin in his Clean Code book. Let's get into the single responsibility principle. So the definition of single responsibility principle is a class should have only one reason to change, meaning it should have only one job or responsibility. So by this definition, it is clear that the class should have only one responsibility. Now let's go through the example. So first I'll show you one bad example of single responsibility principle where the single responsibility principle is violated, and then we'll discuss on disadvantages and we'll go for the good example of SRP. So here in this example, if you see the employee class, here we have multiple methods like calculate salary, save to database, and generate report. So these are different responsibilities given to this employee class. And the disadvantage of this is, let's say the calculate salary is nowhere dependent on save to database or generate report. There is nothing to do with save to database and generate report. Now let's say 3 developers working parallelly. One is working on calculate salary, another one is working some database related operation, and another one working on generate report. So 3 of them to work on these logics, they have to come to the same class and change the class. So when the calculate salary logic is getting changed, automatically this class is getting changed and it is affecting all other methods too from that class. This is one problem. Another one is, let's say parallelly multiple developers are working on the same class, then there are like chances of getting merge conflicts while they are working on the class. For unit testing, you might get difficulties while testing it because like the class is not responsible for single operation. So these are some challenges that we faced if we are not following single responsibility principle. Let's see good example of single responsibility principle. So the same example we have written by following single responsibility principle. Now in this case, employee class is doing just to hold the data as a model class. Now we have created another class for salary calculator. So here like we have one method called calculator annual salary. Now here in the same class we can have multiple methods like calculate monthly salary, calculate half yearly salary, quarterly salary, like that. So this class is basically responsible for calculation of salary. So anything related to salary calculation is done here. Now we have another class, employee repository. So this is related to database operation. So here we have save employee details to database. So along with this, we can have other operations too, like update data, update employee detail, get employee detail, something like that. Again, like we have third class employee report generator. So here we have segregated the responsibilities based on the class. Now let's say if somebody wants to change come and change the salary calculation logic, he'll come to salary calculator class only, and that will not affect any other class, be it in terms of like error, logical error, or like merge conflict. So other classes won't be affected. And when it comes to unit testing is easy because the class is responsible for only one type of operation or only one responsibility. So these are the benefits of single responsibility principle: simplified code and maintenance, easier unit testing, better reliability, less chances of merge conflict, high code reliability. Having said that, these are the advantages. There are some disadvantages too. If you have very small application, in that case, single responsibility principle application will not be applicable because let's say you have very small application and you're following the SRP, then in that case you'll end up creating too many classes, and that can create confusion for new developer to understand the linking. So this is about single responsibility principle. Thank you so much guys. Thanks for your time.